Businesses face significant challenges. Executives have to navigate quite a lot of things when they are competing with other companies, either in their same geographic area or in other parts of the globe. The last thing that they should have to, or maybe the last minefield that many companies have to navigate, is the ones set by governments. And today I want to focus on why is it that these governments can't just get along. Governments need to find ways to get along so that businesses and business executives can focus on what they do best. Today, that's not the situation. In fact, it has gotten even crazier these last 10 or so years. Maybe it's been going on like that for quite a while, but it's about time that national governments got together and figured out a way to sort out their differences and their problems without imposing unnecessary difficulties on businesses. I'm a media manager, and I have to send journalists all over the world. We have reporters in North America, in Europe, and in Asia Pacific. We've done a lot of reporting also, some reporting I would say, also in Africa and in South America. And one of the concerns that I'm always facing is what is going to happen to my reporter when they go to a particular part of the world. So I have to contend with travel issues, I have to contend with safety, and then I also have to contend with whether one government or the other is imposing some restrictions on their ability to do their work. Just to go in and do the reporting, write their story, be fair, be accurate, be balanced, so that our readers and the varied audiences of the companies that we cover can get to know the companies that we write about. We don't deal with politics, we write about technology, and we write about technological innovations, we write about marketing strategies, we write about management changes, structural changes in the business environment and all of that. However, if you work at the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times, and you have reporters stationed in certain parts of the globe, let's say in China to be specific, you have to wonder whether or not your reporters are going to be able to maintain their press passes. And the same thing is happening in the US now, where journalists who work for Chinese press are having their movements curtailed. They are being issued passes that last only for so many days, I think 90 days in this case. It's the kind of environment that we face now. Sometimes my reporter, I as an editor, as an example, I have to think about, what do I call Taiwan? I can't call it a country, I can't call it this or that because, well, somebody is going to get angry. How do you refer to events happening in Asia Pacific? What should you have a position about whether or not the US government wants certain dual-use technology products sold here or there? Now, that's at my level. Imagine what is happening to managers, executives at tech companies. Your costs go up because you have to be concerned about export restrictions, dual-use technology, where the products are manufactured and all of that. You're not even contending this time around with your competitors' strategies and all of those kind of things. You're more worried about whether or not some government somewhere is going to say that what you have produced can be sold here or there. In fact, you might as well invite the presidents and prime ministers of all of these countries into the boardroom. Because nowadays, you cannot conduct business without government being the elephant in the room. And most of the times, what they are quarreling about has nothing, zero, zilch, nada, nothing to do about these businesses. Enough. When I think about the business environment and what companies have to go through, the restrictions imposed by governments and all of that, they talk about national security and all of those things. I understand that, we appreciate that. I have been a journalist quite a while. And we try and find a way to navigate all of this and to make sure that we accommodate all of those things and all that stuff. But sometimes it does get ridiculously difficult to even understand what they're fighting about. For businesses, you don't know whether what you're making, the innovation that's coming out of your tech lab and your R&D labs and all of that, you don't know if you can even get it to market. So you cannot cite manufacturing plants where it is optimal for your business. You have to be concerned about whether or not your home government is going to allow you to sell product from that location, which imposes a lot of difficulties and a higher cost on the enterprise. Now, if these governments are fighting about things that we can even understand, that's one thing. Sometimes, you just don't even know. Sometimes it's government at the highest level, and you're having these personality clashes and all of that, but it filters down to the business environment. It makes it difficult for companies to conduct business, especially technology companies. And those are the companies that we focus on. So the other issue that I have with some of these disagreements from this government is the fact that they conduct these disagreements as if they are kids on the playground. It's kind of like squabbling kids and stuff like that. The lines of engagement are not clear. What it is that you're trying to do today is not clear. And then policies are changed overnight. So you have a set of rules that you've tried to harmonize your organization to work with, and all of a sudden, those rules are erased overnight, just like that, by fiat, because somebody is having a temper tantrum. Or maybe they even have legitimate reasons. If you have legitimate reasons, and if it's going to impact businesses globally, get into an environment where you can discuss these as adults. Discuss them as adults. It's enough of companies having to hop and step and skip over mines just to understand restrictions being imposed by all of these governments. It's making things difficult to run business operations. You want to plan years ahead. You can't. You want to plan product development years ahead. You can't. And this affects employees. So that is the one element that we should not forget, that when governments fight amongst themselves, it's not just the enterprises that get hurt. It's also all of these stakeholders, the employees at that company, the employees at suppliers, their families, and all of that. So maybe this is a long speech, but I'm going to wrap it up by asking the same question again. And I know maybe there is no answer for it. Maybe this is the way it's always going to be for a wide range of reasons, including selfish ones. But why can't governments just get along? Just get along and get out of the ways of businesses that really want to just focus on making money for their shareholders and their employees. Thank you.